You've seen this place.
Only in dreams.
Fulfill your destiny.
So hi, Mark.
Hi.
We're here to talk to The Last Jedi in person, according to your very good friend, Rian Johnson.
2 years ago, we met at the Ealing Studios in London, where you were shooting for Star Citizen, and we were speaking of the fascinating contrast of you playing Luke Skywalker, the ultimate hero, and the Joker, the ultimate villain.
Right.
And back then, you called Luke a hero of virtue. And I'm wondering if this is still your opinion after shooting for Episode 8, after working with Rian Johnson, after your recent comments on Luke, 2 years later. Has your opinion changed? Is he still the hero of virtue?
Well, it's not giving anything away because the trailer, there's only one part of the trailer that reveals the story, which is he says, "I only know one truth, it's time for the Jedi to end," which is shocking, you know. Luke was always the most optimistic character, the most hopeful character. What could have happened to him to make him so disillusioned to say something that radical? So it took a little getting used to, but I think one of the challenges of the Star Wars films for any writer or director is to deliver the elements that people like in the Star Wars films, action and camaraderie and humor and all the special effects and so forth, but also not to repeat yourself. In other words, if I were purely an Obi-Wan character, sort of a benign, wise teacher, we've seen it before. And by one of the greatest actors in the history of cinema. I mean, I can't be better than Sir Alec Guinness, but what I'm saying is it was just surprising to me the direction that Rian chose. I eventually came around to realizing how smart he was, but part of it was my fear that we shouldn't tamper with success. I thought we had a beginning, we had a middle, and an end. You know, reunions are inherently disappointing. You know, they have a reunion of a sitcom, then they get back together 20 years, and you have great hopes, and you know, it's not so hot. And I have to keep in mind that I'm no longer the protagonist. Rey's the protagonist. So once I realized it's not about me, it's about serving a greater story. That's very Jedi-like too, because the Jedi teach you to think of the greater good, not just yourself.
So, looking into the future of the whole saga and your character, how much of Luke Skywalker did you discuss with Colin Trevorrow? And since he's kind of out of the picture for now, are you interested? Do you want to work with Rian Johnson again, like regarding the future of that character?
I would work with Rian Johnson in anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be Star Wars related. And I'm a huge fan. I mean, the changes in the directors have been hard for me because I admire Phil so much. I admire Chris so much. I admire Colin and their body of work. But again, it's got to be really difficult to come to a meeting of minds on something this massive. I had discussions with Colin, and I was very excited because we were on the same page in terms of where we wanted to go and how we wanted to see Luke in a way we've never seen him, even in this current version. But I don't know what went on. I don't want to know because there's no upside to that story. I mean, I like all those people, and I like Kathy, and I like Lawrence Kasdan, and all the people that were involved in that decision, but sometimes ignorance is bliss, and they don't tell me anything.